We could watch them both tonight.
We're not going to.
No, we're not.
Colin had a problem and a microphone to spare. Thomas took it up and so the podcast went to air. For weeks and months they trolled through every single DVD. They've unwrapped all the ones they can and now they're cellulose free. Now they're cellulose free.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Cellulose Free. My name is Colin, and with me, as always, is my fellow film watcher, compadre and son, Thomas.
Hi, hello.
What have you been up to?
Well, this week has been entirely unproductive. I have not gotten done anything with either of the two projects that I have said on this podcast that I've been doing, which may be a problem for one of them because the Joint Standing Committee on Electoral Matters has now received its inquiry into the 2025 federal election, which is accepting submissions until they're not. They haven't said when they intend to stop accepting submissions, but it looks like the Labour government is really interested in expanding the parliament.
It does look
point.
like that.
And also, they want to extend the term of Parliament.
Indeed.
Which is fraught.
Yeah,
but
it is fraught, and they're also talking of making them fixed terms as well. So,
but I'll get into that when I finally submit my submission.
Good.
If I finish it.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still only, one section into the 5 sections that I've sort of worked out that I want to talk about. And that first section still needs some editing, so...
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, I don't think it's hit sunk cost fallacy yet.
No.
Because there is sunk cost that can still result in a reasonable outcome.
Yes. And on Monday, I went on a walk that, in total, was just over the length of a half marathon. And all I got for my troubles was a blister on my right pinky toe.
I don't think that's entirely fair. You did burn some calories.
Yeah.
Which is a benefit.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't get home immediately and scoffed large amounts of food too.
A large bit of bread and more bread with sausages.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as long as your calorie input is less than your calorie output.
Always hard to say. Anyway, that was all.
So how many steps was that?
A little over 27,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just sort of went and kept going.
Yep.
And that was that. So I have established that it is possible. Advisable? Possibly another matter.
Well, admirable achievement, I think.
Yeah.
So, well done.
On the upside, for the blister, weather's not looking very good this week, so...
Yeah, an upside for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not going anywhere to put pressure on this toe anyway. What have you been up to this week?
Well, I went for a wonderful walk yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, and found yet another variation on a theme as far as walk directions are concerned and getting to points and just adding a bit of variation to... there are certain sections of walk that I tend to do quite a lot of, but have various options as far as getting onto that section of walk and getting off that section of walk. And so I found another option yesterday as far as actually getting to a particular point. So that was really good. I quite enjoyed that. I did, however, find that it would be wise of me to, and I went out and bought one today. I grabbed a high-vis shirt that I can throw on for a section of road that isn't particularly busy, but it is quite windy and bushlandy, and so I'd rather have people know that I'm walking on the side of the road, because there's no footpath or sidewalk or what have you. So yeah, grabbed a high-vis long-sleeve shirt that I'll just pop on for that section and take off at the end. It's no real drama. It adds a little more weight to the backpack, and so that's a good thing and a bad thing. But today, you were saying about the weather.
Yeah.
So yesterday, the forecast for today was looking like, I should be right for the morning to walk into town and what have you. But I'm quite sure recently they've got the work experience kid in who just rolls some dice and say, right, we've got a 7 there and an 8 there, so we've got to say this and say that. And then he just does a complete re-roll in the morning. And so this morning's forecast for today didn't resemble anything compared to the forecast for today from yesterday evening. And I looked outside and thought, will I, won't I? It's sort of threatening to rain and what have you. So I got partway down the hill and it started raining fairly heavily, and so I ducked into the nearest bus stop and caught a bus into town, because the plan was to walk into town, but I caught a bus into town. And then I wandered all over town just to get a minimum amount of steps in, including, again, going up and down a couple of car park staircases. So got the heart rate going.
Got to check the radar.
Well, I did check the radar, but meh. When I got into town, I did check the radar again, and it wasn't looking promising, but I thought, right, I will just sort of keep under awnings and walk through shopping centres and things like that. But no, I got a fair number of steps actually outside. I walked down to the wharf area and wandered around there and got some photos in. So that was good. And I had my therapy today, and that wasn't quite so good. But I'm sure it was, but it's a bit draining. Anything else? No, I can't think of anything else. So we might get on with things, and we have a movie to watch.
We do.
One that was heartily recommended by one of our dear listeners, N2 Osferatu, who said, you definitely need to watch this film. You really need to.
This isn't foreshadowing at all.
Not at all.
No.
And I certainly have seen it before a couple of times, and the rest of the kids have certain recollections of seeing it. But Thomas, I believe you still are not having any memories jogged by this. No. What is it that we are watching today?
We are watching Dragonheart.
Would you please tell our dear listener what Dragonheart is all about, according to the possibly unreadable blurb on the back of the DVD case?
It's not ideal, but I can read it.
Okay. Give it a go.
Long ago, when majestic fire breathers soared through the skies, there lived a knight who would come face to face and heart to heart with the most remarkable creature that ever existed. And then the second sentence is self-congratulatory.
Good.
And that's it.
There be dragons here. We are going to watch it on a old DVD.
Yep.
And I was looking at the sticker earlier. I'm very disappointed that I didn't take up that offer. Do you reckon it's too late
to join the club and earn free DVDs? Yes, I suspect so.
I probably think so too. Oh well.
Yeah.
Thomas is going to open the case, find that there are 2 discs in there.
Yeah, I suspected there might be.
And he's going to choose the correct disc, the second disc being the direct-to-video sequel.
That spawned 3 direct-to-video prequels.
Oh, they were prequels.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
He's going to put the disc into the player. We're going to watch it, and we're going to come back and talk about it. So we shall catch you on the flip side.
Turn to side B.
Except you'd fall off the dragon if you did that.
Straps.
Staples. Nail gun. Yes, I nail gun myself to the dragon so that I don't fall off. You mongrel.
I thought my suggestion was quite reasonable, actually.
You've been watching too much of that fictional How to Train Your Dragon stuff. Straps, indeed. So, what did you think?
It was okay. Just something not quite there for me. Possibly the acting was a little off. Possibly just sort of elements that I've seen before in a not particularly novel order.
Yeah. I am going to... I agree with you. It is non-original, even though I guess it's very much playing on the new technology of... Mm-hmm. We have a computer-animated dragon, and it's impressive.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that it certainly hasn't aged as well as Jurassic Park has. Mm-hmm. I can still watch that and be in awe of the visual effects in that.
Well, it Jurassic Park gets away with it because as well as its visual effects, it has stunning special effects.
Yeah, exactly. And there are other things that affected the suspension of disbelief in that I am quite sure that the scale of that dragon kept changing.
Oh, probably.
I mean, Dennis Quaid was inside its mouth, and then later on, he was up close to the dragon's face, and the scale just didn't work in my head. So there was an inconsistency there. Yeah. There was an inconsistency with whether Dennis Quaid was trying to pull off an English accent or not, which is somewhat ironic with Sean Connery and the times where he's played characters that weren't Scottish.
Oh boy, was that ever Sean Connery.
And, yeah, the acting was very average all the way through it. I guess the whole getting of the girl as well, it's thick with the tropes that have been done previously so much better. And
yeah, apparently the screenwriter wasn't especially impressed with how it turned out and tried to sand off some of the edges with a novelisation, as sometimes happens in this field.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can certainly attest to the fact that some movie novelizations are better than the movie. Yeah. And in situations like that, the novelization is based on the movie rather than the movie is based on a previously written book. Yeah, I really do have mixed... There are funny bits in it, and there are...
I mean, for a little bit in the middle there, it's a buddy comedy.
Yeah. I don't know. Just it's clunky. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It is incredibly clunky. There are certain choreographed scenes that are clunkily choreographed as well. And I'm not just talking trying to choreograph with something that isn't there, dragon-wise. I'm talking about other like fight scenes, and yeah, it just doesn't work.
No.
I did, as the closing credits were running, I did try and think, okay, if I was the target audience when this came out, would I have been impressed? I certainly didn't see this at the cinema. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I say certainly. Why did I plug the word certainly in there? But I know that I didn't see this in the cinema. And I don't think I had any real desire to do so. I don't think even then. So that came out in 96. Mm-hmm. So I was just a fraction older than you, I think, when that came out.
Right.
So, yeah, not the target audience.
No.
It's certainly a teen movie, and yet precariously in that department. Yeah, I don't think it actually knew who it was aimed at. It was too bloody for the kids, I think, and yet to, I don't know, clunky. Get back to the word clunky. It's just, it is a clunky film in so many different areas. So, I'm sorry, Nosferatu, for putting down a film which you were so enamoured with and attached to. Sorry. Do you have anything you wish to add?
Not at this stage, no.
Okay. All right. I don't either. Oh, sorry, I do. Just one other thing. The acting, we were talking about clunky acting. Sean Connery's voice was always a voice offset. I was never, ever convinced that voice was coming out of a dragon, whether that dragon was up in the sky and not visible, or it was face to face with the dragon. He was
Gotta throw reverb on it.
He was reading the lines, and yeah, he phoned it in, I think. Anyway, not convinced. All right then, I think we'll move on.
The following segment has no title. Thank you.
And we will start over on YouTube, back on episode 106 on The Princess Bride, with M.
Hi, Em.
Who says, I finally watched this film at a college event.
Hooray!
To keep it simple, very silly. I understand everything now.
Good. I'm glad you've finally seen it, and it all makes sense now.
Pulling things back to last week's episode, we will start over on Discord with Nosferatu.
Hi, Nosferatu. I feel so bad.
Who says, the last time you've heard from me is right now. And actually, I went back and checked, and it was maybe a couple of weeks ago at the time.
Okay, and I will get back to that too.
Yeah. Next week, notable Ewan McGregor travel series, Crane Spotting.
That's its older sibling, Train Spotting, is possibly not a film that's likely to pop up in this podcast.
No.
So he can certainly star in a travel series titled Crane Spotting. Because I certainly have enjoyed watching, I can't remember what the name of it, where he was riding with a friend from one end of the UK to the other on motorcycles.
Right.
Or somewhere else. I think they've done numerous trips. So he has done quote-unquote travel series.
He continues, I was on Twitter for quite a while. It turns out the straw that broke the camel's back was the icon changing to that dumb X.
That can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember suggesting Dragonheart. Did I mention Dragonheart? I'm going to suggest an edit here.
Right.
Just sort of splice in me reading that comment from the week in question.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, throw a filter over it or something.
What? So you're expecting me to dig out that episode?
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find. It'll be the one just before Reign of Fire, won't it?
It could be.
Yeah.
Right.
Aha! I was wondering about Reign of Fire, and then suggested Ladyhawke to mixed reviews. I don't think I've ever seen Dragonheart, but I remember the TV commercials for it for some reason.
Oh, hang on. So are you telling me...
Yeah.
That all through watching this, I've been feeling all of this guilt and angst about not liking a film that one of our dear listeners, I thought, had deep feelings for.
Ghost was, don't know if they listened to the podcast.
Hi, Ghost was.
Discord.
Anyway.
Chimes in with, Dragonheart, my beloved, I've seen it a few times. If you are listening, we're sorry to have torn it down so harshly.
Yeah, okay. So, Ghost was, just do some transference here.
Yeah.
All the angst I've felt for Entuos Ferratu, which was apparently unwarranted,
Yeah.
can now all be aimed at you instead.
Entuos Ferratu concludes, well, if it's good, you're welcome, and if it's terrible, I technically didn't say you should see it.
Well, I'm curious now. I'm going to have to dig up that. So you're reckoning it's the episode just prior to Rain of Fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we will start over on Discord with Entuos Ferratu.
Hi, Entuos Ferratu.
Who says, I've been busy, but now finally caught up.
Well done.
For next week, which is to say this week, I've not yet looked up anything about this movie, but any guesses as to whether we will be closer to Dragonheart or Ladyhawke?
Ah. I should point out that both of those films are on the shelf, and one of them in particular I have a very strong soft spot for. One of them. I am not going to say which.
Actually, there's a suggestion. Watch Ladyhawke. It's cheesy but good 80s fantasy.
Cool, I have a really soft spot for that film. Cheesy, yes, and cheesy dialogue, but not corny dialogue, like the dialogue in the movie that we've just watched. Yes, well, that has certainly been added onto our list of films that have been suggested by our dear listener, and who knows, Thomas might save us from, or he may not.
Yeah, good luck with that.
We shall see what happens there, but both good suggestions, and you have seen both, I believe.
Can't remember either of them.
Oh, really? Oh, that's sad.
If I've seen them, it has been some years.
Okay. Yes, that would be true. Okay. We will not continue to labour this point because they are certainly opportunities for conversation in that we could watch them and talk about them. So thank you for both of those suggestions.
Spicy Ferret.
Hi, Spicy Ferret.
Says, short-time listener, first-time caller. I would like to place UHF in the suggestion box. UHF being Weird Al Yankovic's first attempt at cinema.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting because I went and looked it up because I knew the name rang a sort of bell and I couldn't think why. And it's certainly a film that I don't recall ever seeing. And discovered, yes, Weird Al. And so I said to Thomas, speaking of Weird Al, have you seen the docudrama about Weird Al? And I was trying to think of the name of it.
No, Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
And all I could remember was, I think it stars Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
So putting all of these hints of not being able to remember things into context, we've apparently reviewed Weird.
Yeah, I bought it on Blu-ray, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I at least now remember that he did actually have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But I do not remember a single thing about that film. And I have been meaning to go back and listen to that podcast, which is a terribly uncomfortable thing to do. It's bad enough editing these episodes.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I have no idea. I have no recollection of watching that whatsoever. So mentioning films and mentioning that it's been 2 weeks since Entuos Ferratu last commented, I do apologise, but my memory is just shot. There are reasons for that, but it's shot. So UHF has been suggested, which stars the real Weird Al.
Yes.
Now, did you look to see whether it was streaming somewhere?
Yes. I think the conclusion I came to was that it was coming off MGM
Oh, that's
Plus
right.
and going on to Prime Video proper.
Right.
I am going to make sure that has actually happened because...
Yeah,
you know,
it was about to happen.
Literally a day after. we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
and depending on region, what have you, some of these things that get announced don't necessarily happen. So Thomas will double check that. It will certainly be added to the growing list of suggestions, which we will actually refer again to a little later.
Yes, it is now included with Prime proper.
Right. With ads. Well, for us at least.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Some of the stuff, it's like, well, we're just going to show you ads at the beginning, and then you can watch the whole thing. And...
Yeah. Anyway, so it's added to the list.
Yeah.
So, Spicy Ferret, it may well come up sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because it's got me intrigued.
E of Pie.
Hi, E of Pie.
Popping in to say, you give me too much credit. I was just making the music joke. I haven't played Blueprints because, baby.
Oh, I do. I really feel for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would, and maybe it is. No, I don't want to scare you off to say that baby brain affects you for the rest of your life. But I think it does a little bit. So, yes. But I am glad, however, that I recognised it as just a music joke. The flip side of that is that I have watched numerous kids playing Blueprints and knew that game was Blueprints, and yet when Thomas last week mentioned, I think it's a Blueprints reference, game reference, I could not connect the thing that I had been watching to, baby brain. Yeah. Sorry, Eve Pie.
Yeah. Continues. The filtering of the wind noise was remarkably well done. I didn't notice it at all, even after being prompted to listen to it, so well done. or maybe it's just the baby noise.
It could be the baby noise, because as I was editing, I didn't do a lot different to what I normally do as far as a basic set of filters that I put it through, which does usually get rid of a fair bit of background noise. But as I was editing it, I found myself hitting the stop button and then hitting the play button, and it's still there, but it's I'm not going to waste time on it. And I think it depends on the headphones you're listening to it on, as far as you've got some headphones or speakers that emphasize more certain frequencies or dampen certain frequencies. So I'm glad that you couldn't hear them, but they were there.
As far as recommendations, and just as a PS, and what I just read was part of a numbered list, not editing the numbered list to make reading this slightly more awkward on the episode, as it's after the guess, which I've skipped because I'll come back to it. I think I recommended Greyhound by Tom Hanks.
And you did, yes.
And I don't know if you ever got around to it or said you'd watched it before.
We have not. And it's another one that I'm actually really wanting to. And I seem to recall saying, even when it was suggested last, that it is on my to-watch list, but it still hasn't popped up on any of the streaming services that we're paying for. So it's still a wait and see on that one.
I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. I should probably recommend also Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World, which also isn't in the back catalogue, but I figure one or both of you probably has seen. I know he has.
I certainly have.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, would you believe, I post a photo daily, a single photo daily, and on my walk today, I mentioned that I walked along the wharfs, and there is a replica brig that was built in 1988, a replica of a brig that was used in the early exploration of Australia, especially around Tasmania. And they built a replica for Australia's 200th anniversary of colonisation in 1988. And it's a beautiful vessel. And it happened to be heading out on a charter, and I took a photo of that and actually called it Master and Commander: The Far Side of the Earth, or World. Is it Far Side of the World?
Yes.
Yes. And so that's a bit uncanny that has popped up. I love that film. And have you seen it?
I don't remember having seen it.
I know that I've certainly shown it to at least Daniel.
It seems like the sort of thing he'd like.
Yep,
yeah.
very much I don't know whether you have seen the TV series that was made a number of years ago called Hornblower.
I've seen bits of it.
I really like the genre of the swashbuckling. Well, not quite swashbuckling. That sort of more suggests pirates, and there is some of that going on, but it's more the Admiralty type stuff, which is still why I can sit through a bit of Pirates of the Caribbean and not get too frustrated most of the time, apart from the later ones. Master and Commander. I'm getting the vibe, Thomas, that you would not be averse to checking that out.
Yeah.
I love it, which may make it awkward to actually do a podcast on, but any excuse to watch that again. Cool. We shall add it to the list.
And then, with the addition of a comment on YouTube from Dunkel,
Hi, Dunkel.
will take us up to the guesses.
It will.
Last week's film, Frequency, had 9 letters in its title.
Which makes it tricky.
And so the question became, as our dear listeners have rightly noticed, which letter do you take out of the word frequency?
Yeah.
Entosferatu and E of Pi both went for removing the first E.
Mm-hmm.
E of Pi saying not exactly rocket science of a guess and still might be wrong.
It might be.
It might be, yes. Dunkel removed the second E.
Mm-hmm.
And Spicy Ferret, our first-time caller, removed the U. And I can exclusively reveal...
Oh, you heard it here.
On Cellulose Free, a
That
podcast
Colin,
about films,
for his file name for the episode Frequency,
removed the letter U, which will award Spicy Ferret on the first time asking her first arbitrary point.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool.
If anyone has any file name guesses for Dragonheart, an 11-letter film title, to get that into 8 alphanumeric and or underscore characters, or any other sort of film suggestions or comments on the film we watched, or what we've been discussing today, the comments, the socials, all the places that are mentioned or not mentioned
in the show notes and the closing credits.
Yeah.
Thomas, did you want to see the file name for?
Did, yes.
Okay.
Let's
Here
have
it
a
is.
look at that. Yeah. That's probably correct. Yes.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Did you want to see it again?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Probably correct.
That is the file name I selected?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I think, in all fairness, this is possibly easier to guess than Frequency was.
Yes.
Maybe. Anyway.
There's some obvious choices. There's some less obvious choices. So good luck with that.
Good luck.
Yeah.
We shall move on.
Pick a film for next week so we can go to bed.
And it's your turn.
And it has
I have
been 4
no idea
weeks.
what you're going to select. What did they call it this time? Fast 6?
No,
course
you've
not.
picked the wrong one. This one they called Furious 6.
Good.
Yeah.
So the next one after that is And 7 in Roman numerals.
Now, this one they called Furious 6 in some places, and Fast and Furious 6 in other places.
Right.
Because why would we have any consistency on that front?
Well,
it's already hard enough.
It's like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Would you give us a plot synopsis?
I can give
There
you...
are some cars.
I can give you a sentence separated by a semicolon.
Okay.
Hobbs has Dominic and Brian reassemble their crew to take down a team of mercenaries. Dominic unexpectedly gets sidetracked with facing his presumed deceased girlfriend, Letty.
Huh. Okay.
And yes, I can confirm that all of those names are of people who you have heard of and seen in this series so far.
Which one's Hobbs?
The Rock character.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right. I thought he was just a one-off.
No. No.
I thought that. Yeah, right. Okay.
No,
It becomes a Rock franchise, doesn't it?
No, there's a long and complicated history of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's participation in this franchise.
Okay.
Mostly to do with squaring off against Vin Diesel.
Yeah. So is Vin Diesel in the next one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And is Paul...
Yes. For the time being,
Yes.
while he's still
Still
around
alive.
to be in them,
Yeah.
yes.
Right. I'm still... What's his last name? Why do I keep
Walker.
thinking Murray?
Walker.
It's Walker. I knew it was a 2-syllable. Yeah. All right, next
I
week.
believe this one is the last one that he appears in full.
Right.
And then in the 7th, they have relatives as stand-ins.
Stand-ins, yeah. All right, next week, we're watching And 6. No, sorry, Furious 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thomas got furious with me there for a second.
Right, yes. They... Outside of the film, they titled it Fast and Furious 6. In the film, it is titled Furious 6.
Now, when you say in the film, you mean in the credits.
Yeah, on screen.
On screen.
On screen, it's
just
titled
called...
Furious 6.
Right.
But in the posters and all of the marketing,
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 6.
Right. We don't want to confuse the people.
No.
No.
No. Why would we do that? That's next week.
We hope that you can join us. But until then, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
You have been listening to Cellulose Free. Your hosts were Colin, who produces and edits the show, and Thomas, who makes the artwork and music. Cellulose Free is recorded in the Deranged Cat Studios in scenic Tasmania, Australia. We keep track of our extensive physical media collection through My Movies, which we highly recommend. You can find links to that, as well as other places you can find us in the show notes. Cellulose Free is a Hi Hello production.
Right. I thought it was going to be shorter than that. Oops, I'm making noises too. I really need to change that cable.
Yeah, it was a lengthy untitled segment.
It was.
Yeah.
The best kind.
Yeah.
I'm stopping.
Interaction with humans.
What are they?